board, and we get So I know this is gonna be a more of an impromptu meeting. I know y'all been on here talking. I don't want to interrupt, so I'm gonna let y'all keep talking about what y'all was talking about, and then I'll chime in and jump in as well while I'm on this drive. But real quick, for those who are watching this, we had a couple of unforeseen circumstances. I had to work a little bit later, but we're still getting this thing going. So me and the brothers, we're just gonna have an impromptu conversation about some things that we want to work on and things we want to do and things that we are working on. And this is episode session number 15. This is session number 15 of setting your intentions. All right, brothers, let's keep it going. I know you were talking about infinite banking, Mickey. Yes, sir.
Yeah, so that was I was just telling the op, man, like that's one of the things that we was talking about as far as just trying to make sure that we good, as a people, being able to set back that legacy for our little, for our young ones, like that's what it is that other coaches have been doing for years. So it's like, well, why not go ahead and join that same wave? Get this same money going for us. So that we're good, that we'll be able to leave some for them. That's why I said, like with McDonald's. McDonald's, Sam Club, different places like that. These right here, number one businesses that's all family owned. And that's one of our biggest issues, the fact that we don't have it family owned. See, we should be doing it for family. We shouldn't just be doing it for self. And that's why when you was just talking, we was talking the other day, and you had mentioned about the like who pretty much we were saying like just who we do it for. It's like, yo, we might not necessarily benefit in this. We might not get nothing off this, but we ain't doing it for us. So we got to see the bigger picture at time, so that we don't even procrastinate about nothing that it is that we doing. So, like, that's why I was just telling them, like, as far as like with my business and all, just the the things that I got going right now. So,
yeah, man. Yes, sir, and that's good. That's good right there because, and bro, and this is how I look at it. To be honest, we don't really know what's going to happen after we die because Torah is not explicit on what's going to happen after we die. Torah just addresses what happens here in life. Right. So for all we know, we might come back, reincarnate, regenerate back in this thing as like our great grandkids or something like that. So in the event, we don't know who we're preparing the next future for. So it's the best thing to do is make sure that they are fully prepared just in case it is us. Because we don't want to go back through. If it is us, I don't want to go back through what I'm going through right now. I want to make sure I'm prepared or I have a better foot forward than the foot that I was given now. So, so yeah, it's definitely important that we do that. Yeah, because you never know, man. You never and then, oh man, I was just having a thought today, bro. Like, especially setting this stuff up for our generations coming up. We have to because we have to give them options and opportunities. And I remember, bro, I remember 7th grade. Now, I went to a traditional middle school. Middle school, and I was in honors and advanced classes and stuff like that. I remember coming up with a new type of math, like a new way to solve math problems. Like that's the type of kid I was. I used to always just I was very creative. Used to come up with stuff. Like I used to taking my toys apart and putting them together as new toys. So I came up with a new way of math. And I took it to my 7th grade math teacher, Mr. Green. I still remember him. Took it to Mr. Green. And Mr. Green looked at it, and you could tell he was puzzled, but I walked him through everything like, hey, this is how you can find the answer, and this how you do it, da-da-da. And he looked at me, and he was like, oh, that's never going to work. And it was like, and I look back on that, like, had I been in the proper environment, that could have been cultivated. Like, had I been in the proper schooling, then I maybe would have had a teacher be like, hey, let's do this, or would have, would have enriched that in me even more. But instead, I had a teacher who he was there. I'm not saying he don't care. I didn't know the man personally, but just had I been in a different environment, in a more educated, influenced environment, I could have been on a different path because of that. And that's why we have to set these things up for our children, because everyone has good intentions, but like I was telling Micah the other day, good intentions pave the road to hell. And so we put our children in certain circumstances thinking, oh, this is good, people care, but that might be leading them straight down to destruction. So That's why it's important. Like we gotta set them up, set our future generations up for success.
With the instructions also, not even just on the money aspect.
Yep.
We got to be able to leave them the books, you know what I mean? The information, the knowledge on how to do it. The application also. We got to be able to show them like how we're doing it, how we did it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And then just teaching them how to think for themselves so they can improve on the system that we're passing down to them.
Mm-hmm.
And most times, especially in this generation now, everybody want to kind of carve their own footprint. You know, a lot of kids, they really don't want to continue their family business. Like they want to do their own thing.
Right.
But the thing is, if you pass down to them information and resources, then no matter what it is that they do, they can still continue it on. Like they're gonna continue on the legacy of success. Not necessarily, they may not do your business. Like you got your juicing business and your holistic business. Your daughter may not do juicing and holistic, but she's still gonna be able to pass down the legacy of, all right, this is how you build success and wealth and discipline.
And that's what it's all about, though.
Yes, sir.
Can't even really say you care about the rest on that. All right, let's do it.
Yes, sir. You are absolutely correct, man.
That's why I said the book. We just need to be able to give them the book on it, and we good.
Yes, sir. You what was I about to say? Hey, I'm gonna put that on my to-do list for next week. I gotta read that text wealth book that I sent you. I gotta read that book, bro. Like I done had that book for too long not to have read it already. So I definitely gotta read that book, man. Gotta read that book. I just learn this thing just so I can, get on the right path, get on the right footwork. I mean, bro, it's just so much. It's so many tricks to the game, and we complain about the system, but if we really learned the true rules to the game, to the system, then we could be more productive in it. We just don't know the rules. And then on top of that, we're in a system that wasn't created for us, and we're trying to change a system that wasn't created for us, as opposed to creating a system for ourselves or learning the tricks of the trade of the system we're in. Like learn the tricks, get all you can get out of it, or go build your own system.
Right.
Like that's what we're messing up at. Like we keep trying to superimpose what we want on the system that wasn't created for our survival. It was created for the survival of those who created the system.
Right.
Like if we want to create a system for survival, we need to go create our own system.
But see, that's why I tell people, even in the Tawarado, it say the Most High gonna give us houses that we haven't built. That's the institutions, the buildings, the framework of it. Bro, we ain't gotta reinvent the wheel on nothing. Just follow the same recipe and have it our own.
Dang, I'm glad you said that, because that, like, when you put it in that perspective, that does make sense. Like, we have this, like, for instance, this capitalistic system that we live in, and capitalism in itself isn't bad. It's just the type of capitalism, basically crony capitalism that we're under. That's the problem. But if we were to take capitalism in its true essence and mold it for us, we could do something great with it.
Right.
And that's not a system we created. That's a system that's here, but we can use it to our benefit. So we definitely got to do that. Man,
I think I just wanted to add in this, like, I think that the core of the issues that a lot of especially like the Black community have, I mean, we're getting a lot better now, especially with the BLM movement and Black Wall Street and things like that. It's a long step that we're taking forward as a Black collective. But I feel like we got to just focus more on the like household aspect. Because Micaiah touched on it, like with family. Like family is literally everything, Like you can't do anything worth a damn in this country, in this world, without support.
Exactly.
And a lot of especially black guys and even black women, but we're focusing on the black men right here, right now, and then
Yes, sir.
we don't have enough first capital and moral support from people that we're friends with in our family to help us kick an idea off.
Mm-hmm.
If you're lacking capital and the right team, the right people in your circle that's
All
encouraging
that.
you and not bringing you down and not wanting to shine the other person, then we can be a lot better off. But if that's something that starts in the household, not only like a physical household, but the mindset, and a lot of women raising, the kids on their own. We just gotta work on what's already happening, and try to like fix that. People who know better, we gotta be the ones to break the curses. Like more people
Yep.
like us, because all these are generational curses. So people
Sure.
like us, we gotta be the ones to carry that weight and help break a lot of these curses that we've been suffering from for centuries.
Yes, sir. You're
And
right.
it starts in a proper household, and
Absolutely.
even this right here, like brotherhood
Mm-hmm.
and just giving each other more support every day, every year, and so on and so forth.
Yes,
And we
sir.
can,
And
before you know it, like a lot of stuff that we looking to do or would like to see change in the country, it can be done. Like knowledge is power. Like I believe in that. Like it can all be done. It's not hard. I mean, it's not easy, but it's very doable. You
yes,
know?
yes. It's not impossible. It's not impossible.
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly. And it's not. It's
And
not as. Go ahead.
no, no, no. You're saying what? And it's not what?
Yeah, it's not as hard as people think that it is.
Yeah.
You know, you have a
Yes, sir.
vision. You want to achieve a vision, and a lot of people I realize lack the means to make that vision happen. Because first of all they're broke, or they have too many problems that kind of clouds that ability to make it happen. But it's all very doable. And like I said, like it starts here. It starts right now, and we are the ones that have to be the ones to try and mend a lot of these issues that we've been facing for years. I mean, we're getting a lot better, a whole lot better, but we still got a long way to go.
Yes, sir. And then going back to both of the points that you all just made, Travis, in regards to family and in
Mhm.
regards to community, because one of our biggest issues is that we don't trust one another. But going back to what
Exactly.
Mikaya said, we have a system that we did not build, but we can definitely utilize. Like, for instance, let's just say me, I start, just a shell company. Mikaya, you start a shell company.
Come on now.
Travis, you start a shell company. Alex, you start a shell company. We all start a shell company. We spend the next year building up the credit, our personal credit, and the credit of the shell company. Then we are able
Right.
to go and get funding, put the funding together. Now, we all know it's ingrained within us to have, trust issues with one another. But
Yeah.
something as simple as an NFT contract. You sign an NFT contract, it's right there. Ain't no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Ain't no feelings. You go right into the contract. So it's like, all right, we put in this amount, and it's four of us. We split the profit up 25%, and everything
Exactly.
goes toward the NFT. And then that way, when the selling of whatever asset it is that we get, we buy and sell using the funds from our individual businesses. Now we don't have to worry about trusting each other because we're using the technology that we've been given. You don't got to worry about that. It's right there. Ain't no handshake deals. Ain't no wink eye deals. None of that. It's right there. It's on paper. It's locked in. Can't nobody change it. Can't nobody touch it. And we all got it, and it's right there. And then we just do business like that. And now we don't have to worry about, oh, is this person going to squander? Is this person going to swindle me? Is this other person over here going to run off with the money? None of that, because it's going
Exactly.
into an NFT bank account. It's going into the blockchain. So the blockchain goes in and then divvies it up between all of us. None of us ever have to touch the money. So we can start building like that, and we won't have to worry about, oh, I don't know this person, I can't really trust them. It's out of our hands now. It's out of each one of our hands. And that's how we put the two together. We could bring the community together and X out that trust factor thing by using the technology that's been given to us now that we in 2020, 2022.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because like I
Alex,
always
you want
say,
to chime in?
Oh, sorry.
No, you good. Alex, you want to chime in?
Sorry, I had my mute on. We're out and about right now.
You said what?
Today's Gabriel's birthday, so we're at the
Oh, my bad. Oh, hey.
No, you good, you good. I was doing more of my listening mode. I was hearing all the good talk, and I mean
Hey,
everything
what you
makes
got?
sense.
Hey, what you got me for Gabriel's birthday, man?
About the same thing as last year, just trying to keep it simple.
Yeah, no, we're just having an open dialogue discussion, and we're talking about using the systems that we have in place to come together and build and just like really grow the community.
Yeah. I've been listening to it. I mean, like you said, it takes those investments that you make now is what helps build generational wealth for the future. And it's not about changing your life, but giving your kids different options than you had. So giving them more than you were given when you were at that age. So
yeah, definitely. Travis, you wanted to add something?
Oh no, I was just gonna say that there's business in everything, like even in friendships, like there's a business side to every relationship, whether it's your wife, your husband, your friend, it doesn't matter. Like even like in everything, there's a business side. Like for example, like if someone's asking you for a favor that require you going out your way and you're spending money in gas, as a friend, you may write it off. You're helping the friend probably get to work or wherever they gotta be, you know. But it's all boils down to principles. If your friend is asking for favors and not seeming to want to like at least look out for you, looking out for him, like if there's no like if that's a little shady, like if that's not if you feel like that's not being reciprocated in any way, that's bad business.
Yes, sir.
And like you say, you just said it, that breaks a trust.
Yes, sir. And I got this from Eric Thomas. He said, because we get in relationships, and this is one thing that we have to realize, like, it's not about equal giving, because everybody has their reasons for doing what they're doing, and everybody has their reasons for mistrust or whatever. But when it comes to relationships, we have to realize it's not about equal giving; it's about equal sacrifice. Because some relationships, you may not be able to give what I can give, and that's okay.
Mm-hmm.
But you can sacrifice the same percentage of whatever you have to sacrifice as I can for me. So if I'm giving up, my time, you give up a portion of your time. Like you may have more time than me, so you may be able to dedicate more. Like let's just say we come together for a project, and or I'm an investor. And you're like, hey, I want something that you want. I have something I think you might want to invest in. I want to use your funds, whatever, X, Y, Z. I'm like, okay. So I'm investing my money. Now, you may not have the same amount of money I have to invest in it, but if you can give an equal sacrifice, which is, a good portion of your time, well, then we can make it happen. And that's how we do that. And we got to, because that's how we build stronger relationships. Because a lot of times, some people, they don't like to do stuff with other people because they feel like, oh, this person isn't giving the same amount of what I'm giving. But sometimes it's not about what they're giving; it's about what they're giving up. So we gotta definitely understand that concept, so that way we can have these stronger bonds and relationships as well.
Fully agreed.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Man. Yeah, man, it's been good. Wish I was able to listen in on what y'all was talking about earlier. But, I gotta get it.
Yeah, no.
Hey, Mick, Mick, you said you was staying in Stone Mountain before, right?
Yeah, I just left from there. That's where I just even moved my family from.
What made you move? You don't mind me asking?
I got the job at Volkswagen. So I actually got something going on with them right now. Like, it got kind of crazy. Like, but I pretty much had got a job working there. You know what I mean? And got there, went with it, you know, what it was supposed to be. And yeah.
Okay. All right. Would you consider moving back, or you good in Tennessee?
Yeah, I was like, I'm teaching and coaching here now, so you know, I'm gonna just ride this thing out, see how I go.
Got you. Okay. Yeah, man. They got state taxes in Tennessee?
Nope.
See, that's the only thing that's killing me about Georgia, boy.
Man, listen, trust me, bro. I just got taxed some Sears like on some stipend type stuff, and yeah, trust me, it hurt my feelings. I'm talking about, I thought I was gonna have some money. Nope. Because I still had it in Georgia. So, you know, I just moved here.
Yep. Man, bro, like, but that's why, you know, some of the things that I'm learning, especially when it comes to building our businesses and stuff, like, you know, we only can operate off the information that we know, but even little stuff, bro, like a lot of companies, like for instance, they register their business in another state, like for instance, Delaware. Delaware is a great state. What's the other one? Was it Wyoming? I think Wyoming is the other one because they don't have
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yep, they don't have state taxes, and on top of that, their legal laws are very business. They're very, what's the word I'm looking for? My bad. Their laws are for business. So, you know, if somebody ever wanted to, like, for instance, subpoena your business information, if you're in one of those states, like I think Delaware, like they're not even allowed to give out business information for legal proceedings. I believe. I'll have to go back and look that up.
I want to. Yeah.
So that's why I'm like, okay. Like this business I got, like my actual business, I got it here in Georgia, starting here because this is like, all right, I want to do this because I didn't open up quite a few businesses, but I didn't have the knowledge and information that I have now. Like I didn't know anything about business credit. I didn't know anything about I just thought, okay, let me start an LLC. Like I didn't even know the difference between like an S corp, C corp, and LLC and sole proprietor. I didn't know all of that. I know it now. So yeah, that's definitely what I'm, you know, working to do now and like just really live through my business. That's the goal.
Right. Put everything in the business. Put everything in the business. Protect that by putting it in the trust and going from there. You know, and putting it, setting up the rules. Yeah.
We definitely gotta do that. I'm getting to it, man. Look, day by day, little by little. And also my mindset is different. Like for bro, like I just got it. Like the most I had to break me all the way down, man, because I was in the mindset of trying to get everything so fast. Like for some reason, I was always in a rush, man. And I was like always trying to take shortcuts to success. And now I'm just like, most I didn't really hit me across the head. Like, nah, bro, that ain't gonna work. You need to really map out a long-term plan, and then just work that long-term plan. Like you got a lifetime. So, yeah, man. But I might start reading that book tonight. I got to. I've been wanting to, and every time I need to read it, and I'll see something else and start reading another book. But I definitely got to start reading that tax book.
See, that's why I keep telling people, man. Within that course that I was talking about, the Ox said, whenever we ready, you know what I mean, just let them know, you know what I mean, and yeah, so just let me know, you know what I mean, how many people, you know what I mean, you'll want to do it with, you know what I mean, or if it's just gonna be me, you, and whoever. Like I just want to go ahead and get a number on how it's gonna be, whatever, and we can all go from there. Like I said, so we can go ahead and get all the information we need. I would want everybody first though, like to be a night like this, to like be able to, like, if you would be able to put it up on the screen, scroll through it on the page just to show everybody on the, like, you ain't even got to be on this one. It can be however, you know, record it, not record it, whatever. You know what I mean? And just say, hey, look, this is what it is. Because I feel like that'd be a good platform to be able to show everybody, like, look, these are the courses.
Oh, definitely.
You know what I mean? This is what we all could teach. This is how we can do it. You know what I mean? To be able to, now everybody got the same information. Hey, I bought this course, you bought this course, whatever. Guess what? We sharing the information. Everybody got the information. Like, it's a lot easier that way. Now everybody can sit back and dissect it and have a fold on everything.
Yeah. Sir. And yeah, that's definitely something I'm gonna do once we finish up, because this is day 15 of intention. So day 14 of the fast. So after day 21 of the fast, then I'm gonna cut the meetings down to 2 days a week. And then on one of those days, so like that first day after the fast is over with, then that'll be something that I definitely throw up on the screen, and man, you can put that together and like, you know, really teach people how to go through that and look through that. Cause bro, I'm telling you, like, I don't subscribe to a lot of the New Testament. I don't. But there are parts of it that, and I really took it. I was like, oh, okay. Like when Yahushua said, unless a man be born again, he can't see the kingdom. When I put that in practical terms, I was like, oh wait, hold on. You gotta like start this thing over because you started off on the wrong foot.
I feel like that's why everybody cleaves to that, because it seems more practical from the New Testament without the harshness of the old. They're saying that you're gonna have to kill off that old man. Like, why? Because of the sin, and you're gonna have to realize why you got to kill off that old man. See, that's why I feel like people, they just rather be like, oh, it's more practical this way, and it's like, okay, but practical is the action of. Most people not being practical in their sayings and their dealings. So that's why I tell people, bro, like whatever your core values, whatever it is, cool, stick to it. But just always just try to keep it righteous in everything. Like with me, bro, I can get some from any book. That's why I tell people, bro. But you're not gonna tell me that JC is God. Like that's just not what it is. That came and died. So you're not finna say that. Like it's like we have to make sense of things here. Like your power died. That's what you telling me? That don't make sense to me. Now, if you saying that somebody long time ago looked like me and died and was crucified, I believe you, because it happened every day. You're right. See, I can agree with that, but I can't agree with somebody telling me that this person, like, no, bro. Like, no, no. You got to think like way bigger. You got to think way bigger. And now I tell people, I rather not debate. You know what I mean? Look, I rather operate in love. Hey, bro, I'm not here to debate with nobody, challenge nobody. How can we help each other on this path and keep it moving? Like that's what it's really all about. Like, how can we grow together? The only reason why and if you think about it, the only reason why we truly cross paths at this point is because we have a mission to accomplish. Because think about it, bro, it's so many other sperm cells that didn't make it. Like, and we grown into our life. Like, so we in this point where we cross paths and we at this point of knowledge and wisdom to say, hey, you know what? Differences aside, allies, like we need to be able to come together. We need to have allegiances amongst us. Like that's grown man shit. That's gonna change. That's gonna change the world right there just within itself.
Yes, sir. And you know, it's crazy when I put that in my book that I wrote. I put that in there like, hey, we too busy worrying about all the things that divide us, but what we're really supposed to be doing is figuring out what our commonalities are and building on that. So, for instance, Muslim and Christians should never have an issue with each other because your core principle is to help those that are in need. So y'all should be coming together, figuring out how can we help those in need. All that other stuff don't matter because your practices are supposed to be aligning. What you call your deity and what they call their deity, that don't matter. What's important is what are you doing?
But they call them all the same. That's what I come to realize. Everybody calls them the same. You say God is Allah. You know what I mean? God is Yahweh Allahayim. As far as like in whatever language you're speaking, when you're speaking of a God, like when we speak of God, it's like God, like my name in this language is Michael. I'm Hebrew though. So my name is Micah Yahweh. My government name is Micah Yah Israel. So Micah Yah means who like Yahweh. Well, Yahweh is God. God is Allah. Yahweh is Allah. So no matter what language, it was one language from the beginning. So no matter how you understood it, everybody went off after their own language. But the language, all languages is one. Because if everybody answering their own language, truly, we would be saying the same thing. But what's your language?
And it's that simple, man.
That's why I tell people differences inside. Okay, bro. Listen, I'm teaching at a high school right now where I got seniors, and we talking about competency and literacy levels is like not at 10%. Like we talking about school wide, we talking about statewide. The goal is 10%, 15%. So it's like I understand how far off our people are lost into this world. So our people really can't comprehend nothing that we saying. Like this really is the Babylon. This is the land of confusion. Yeah. So we got to make it right.
sir. Yes, sir. Travis, you wanted to jump in? I thought you wanted to say something a little early. Travis, I think Travis might have stepped off.
Yeah, man.
You right about that. Yeah, Travis stepped off, and I know Alex at the. Oh shoot! Hold on, let me slow down going through these curves like this, boy. They rebuilding these roads every day, so you don't know what the turns. I almost ran into a wall just then.
You can't be playing them Georgia roads.
Yeah, slow it down, Nike. You slow it down, man. Slow it down.
I'm back on 285 now. But 400 go to 285. It used to be a straight shot, but now they kind of turned the road a little bit. So you ain't paying attention, you'll run into that to the concrete wall. So it's all right. But I'm trying to get to the house. I'm hungry. My wife knows she didn't cook something. Yeah, man. So what else we got? Man? What else we on? That's what we on.
But yeah, I guess I could definitely say since starting, man. Like as far as like I have been posting more as far as about my business. I could definitely see like that. Yeah, like it's coming. Like just the steps, you know what I mean? I'm busy each day doing stuff, but it's like I don't make no excuses like to be able to put some time into my business to like, you know what I mean, progress it. So
yes, sir.
Yeah, I definitely see it coming, man. I go ahead and get this brick and mortar, man. It's over with.
Yes, sir. And I know even with me, like I think today on my business side, I think I posted maybe 15 posts, like between 12 and 15 posts today. My goal is to post 20. So I'm just trying to, how far can I push it? So that way, 20 posts. Make 20 posts on my business. No, I just want to see if I can do 20 today. Like I want to say, okay, how many posts can I get in a day? Like still doing my other stuff, still at home with the kids. Because my daughter, my oldest daughter homeschooled, and my younger daughter, she's one, so I do homeschooling for her. So still, helping them with what they got to do. Me and my wife, we both had therapy today. Like we had couples therapy, so I'm just trying to see, how much can I get done, so that way I can't make no excuse for myself. Because if I can post 20 posts, if I can post, hold on one second. If I can post 20 posts in a day, then there's no reason why I can't post 3 to 5. So that's how I want to do it. Like, so that may be me being a little extreme, but
listen, that's why I said, man, I've been to little seminars, paid stuff. You know what I mean? Took classes over the years and stuff on like, a lot of this stuff that we do in business. Because I went to school on the business side, but it's just like, man, trying to get it together for yourself is hard if you don't have that team, that backing, the resources, the funds, everything. Like it has to line. So that's why I said I get it. You know what I mean? I paid some, like I've fired quite a few people now. You know what I mean? But I pay people the marketing side, the advertisement side. And it's like, okay, every time I put it like on us to try to the mission and the vision, even though they might say they do it, it's like they still try to make it their own. It's just like, listen, you gotta be able to see the vision. Like I understand like that's your, but that's why I said I'd rather do it with family. Because family, like truly, like the vision is already there. It's like because we all the same thing. Everybody want freedom. Everybody need to have freedom.
Hey, hold on real quick. I'm gonna stop the recording. Hold on one second. Give me 1 second. For those of y'all who tuned in, I appreciate y'all tuning in. We're gonna go ahead and start the recording now. We'll see y'all on the next one tomorrow. Hold on 1 second.